Lawless, I think you should kick things off as you're the banter.
The king of banter.
Yeah.
Yeah. We are joined today by the fantastic Alexander Camp.
Hello. How are we doing? You all right?
I am fantastic. This is your first time, as it is mine, in a nice fancy
And
podcasty
mine.
studio.
No, I've done Mike Yannick's.
Ah, there you go. You
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
That's a nice studio.
It is a nice studio.
I have done podcasts in various bedrooms of various comedians, which could always be a ruse, but none of them have touched me yet.
I've had a few
ruses.
I've had a few in my bedroom. I've tricked a few people in and I didn't take advantage of it. I didn't do anything. And I look back and I was like, did I miss an opportunity?
You do have a
there?
podcast, don't you?
I've got bits and bobs, mate. I've got all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
I mean,
watch
if you
out
don't
for
know
me.
the answer to that question, it's very difficult.
I don't really know.
Yeah, why was that such a hard question to answer?
Because these days it's kind of hard to know whether you really have a podcast or not. You know,
If you've ever been on the phone, then you know practically the same thing.
That's it. Have I talked to a comedian before? Yeah. Have I recorded it a few times? Yeah.
Yeah. Have they known? Look, it's a hard question.
At times they
These are the
have.
tricky questions.
Why tell them? Sometimes you get the best juice.
Yeah, you get to find out if they truly are racist.
That's
You
it.
know,
I'm trying to expose people. And so far, no one's been racist, so I have to keep going. One day
until you weed them all out.
One day I'll release it. Hopefully it'll be today, and you two will expose
That
yourselves.
said, no questionable stuff on the car journey. Maybe a couple of things.
No, we were great on the car journey. No, we were perfect.
Didn't appreciate the accident. That was an inconvenience.
The accent.
The accident.
All right. I thought you were talking about the
Yeah,
Chinese accent I did. The whole Chinese accent I was doing the whole way.
Well, you lived in Japan. You could have at least been like, actually, I've lived in Japan, so I know a little bit about the culture and the language. And
Can you speak any Japanese? You can't, can you? Some words.
He knows what a language is, Dom.
I was about to say no, and I forgot what it was, so I was going to say no in Japanese. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
God.
can't
No, in
remember
Japanese is yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's confusing.
And what's yet?
What's yeah? No, it's a height. It's high. So yeah is high, and no is yeah. And no is
God, this is like who's on first.
no is off.
Could you not spring a Japanese? Surely you could spring Japanese sentences together back when you were living there.
Oh yeah, every now and then, but it was more like, give me another fucking beer right now, or like, I need cigarettes.
I like the way you've already made yourself really rude.
Yeah,
in the language you can't speak. So what phrases did you learn? I learned right now. I learned give me the fucking. Just like.
Yeah, but Japanese, if you want to be polite, it takes ages. You got to like string all these
Right.
extra words together. It's really
You got to get to
difficult.
know them. You got to bring them for dinner.
You got to bring the words to dinner. You got to get to know the words. I didn't want to do any of that. I was just like, give me the gist of it, and I'll pass that on.
Right, so being formal is wordy.
Yeah.
Like, nice and being.
Yeah, like sometimes you hear people in Japanese and they're like, they'll do this like 10-minute sentence, and it's like, welcome to the bus journey, and we're going to this place, and that's all they said.
Just loads of words for very little result.
Tons, mate.
Tons
No
of-
word economy. It's like Kieran's stand-up.
So it is wordy and shit. But that's interesting because you know the classic gag on films like with like lip sync, you know, dubbing foreign films. The classic gag is to be like, you know, like they'll have because if like an Asian like martial arts movie was ever dubbed in English, the joke would always be that they'd be like, and then somebody would just go, yes, that's right. You know,
That's got to be a clip that you just get.
Using
You're like,
face the camera.
like
you
he's
look
got
like you're on MDMA. That's what you look like.
But that's what they would do, because that's just a classic gag. of
Yeah, it's
them-
like Wayne's
them
World.
doing silence for ages. Yeah, Wayne's World.
he goes,
Yes.
and it's the subtitles keep going,
Yeah.
and it just keeps. Yeah,
So I thought that
right
might be
on.
based on actual reality.
Yeah, it's based on actual reality for sure, 100%.
How did you end up in Japan?
Just like woke up there. It's like, let's do this thing.
Not let's do this thing, go there.
No,
Actually, accidentally be there.
no.
They like the
Well, if I just
Now
keep
You
the
See Me
microphone
film.
like it.
You seen the film? Now You See Me Too?
No, you see what with the magicians?
Where
and
they're
that?
chucked in the tunnel and they end up in China. You seen it?
Yeah, no,
Uh,
it was.
It's a niche
I've
reference.
seen that. I've seen.
That's Now You See Me
one.
Too.
Yes, Now You See Me Too. It's
Yeah.
on. And they flip into the and then they wake up. Maybe there's a niche reference. It'd be funny to people that have.
I don't know. I think everyone's seen that film.
It'd be
I
funny
think
to hardcore fans.
You've seen it. I've seen it.
Yeah, but you don't remember that the people that see it will go, "Oh yeah, that's comic genius. Well done, Dom." Whereas you took too long to.
No, there was
connect
nothing
the
funny about it.
dots. No,
though.
that was funny.
Was it?
Yeah,
No, it was a
I'm
good
telling you, that
reference. It was a solid reference to a
I know
film.
comedy is subjective, but that was fun.
So you know comedy's subjective, but you're telling
But
me that it was
funny.
definitely
Yeah,
funny,
yeah, that was-
objectively.
Yeah.
Most comedy's
No,
subjective.
no question. That was funny.
Okay, right. Is that what you do to everyone? Is that how you get so many gigs? You just
Sometimes.
like,
Yeah.
hello, right, I am funny. Definitely am. So give me the fucking
I did
gig.
do well. You just
Yeah.
didn't see it.
Dom's entire set is him telling one joke and then shouting that was funny for the next 19 minutes.
And it works.
To be fair, I did do that at the Brick House when I came at the end.
Oh, you actually did,
I was on the
yeah.
phone going, that was good, wasn't it? And then-
Sometimes you got to sell yourself. That's the truth. I got to Japan. I would just like, okay. So what I told myself was I just wanted to move there, and I was like a cosmopolitan international guy. I'm gonna go check it out, and
quick cosmopolitan meaning?
cosmopolitan. Good question. What does cosmopolitan mean?
Yeah, it was a magazine that your sister had that might have some pictures of lingerie in it if you looked hard enough when you were 13.
It means
That's what I think.
So
I'm the kind
reference
of guy
is-
who could give advice on how to please your man. That's what a cosmopolitan person is.
So a cosmopolitan, it's like a person of the world. It's like somebody who's knowledgeable and cultured in loads of different things. and
Yeah,
just-
you're in the city, there's some jazz
if
playing, you're well
well-traveled
dressed.
guy who's like, likes jazz.
You got a leather bag and some nice headphones and do. That's
Thanks for clarifying
cosmopolitan.
that. Please carry on.
Yeah, that was clarified.
I appreciate it.
That was clear.
I know, I
I
appreciate
don't know
it.
what more you want from me,
No, I'm
mate.
not saying. I'm just
It's
saying.
not now you
thanks
see
for
me too,
clarifying
but
it.
it's something.
Now you can carry on.
Yeah.
That
with
was
the story.
That was subjectively funny.
That,
Yeah.
No,
He
that was
said
pretty
was
funny.
objectively
There's no
funny.
subjectiveness. It was pretty funny. But
Now
I'm saying-
you
I'm saying-
see.
I'm saying good job. I understand. Back to where we were.
That's
And pressing play
objectively
is on
true.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll go again.
We'll get it in the edit, guys. We'll get it.
We're going to get it. That was good. I think we're keeping that in.
Each
That's
time I don't
the only
understand
bit
me, I'll
we're
just go.
keeping in.
"Boop."
We could just edit together the 20 minutes of this podcast with just us going, that was funny.
I
That
can't-
was funny.
I
That
can't
was
remember
funny.
what it
That would be good. Yeah.
That was funny. No, that one was funny.
What
The
were
last
we
one wasn't,
saying?
but that one definitely was funny.
What were we saying?
You took. Why'd you move to Japan? And you
Oh, yeah,
You said you're a
cosmopolitan,
cosmopolitan guy, and then
I'm very self-conscious about my knowledge of the words I use now. I'm just using words I don't know what they mean, and I definitely am. No, so I thought that was what I was doing, and I got there, and then I was there for a while, and I realised I'd just running away from like England, definitely, which is great. It's a great place to run away to. This is as far away as you can get without going to Australia,
sure.
and we know that takes farm work.
I thought you were going to say England was a great place to run away from.
Yeah, it
I
is.
want to run away from England.
Yeah.
Great place to run away from.
When are you going to do it?
What?
Run away from
very
England.
Brexit or something.
You kind of
Yeah,
ran,
when are you going to get
I
out?
ran away
into
from
England.
Ireland.
You ran into England, really.
I ran into England, yeah.
Yeah.
I did it out of boredom, but I couldn't be dealing with long flights. So I was just like, I want to move. It's good because I moved back when, back during the Depression, back during the recession.
the recession.
And so, I can pretend to be like, oh, yeah, I moved because times were hard and I was unemployed and I just thought maybe there's nothing for me here and I had to make the tough decision to leave the mother country behind. Actually, I was sitting around one day and went, go to England, innit?
Really?
And then moved to England.
There you go.
I did a master's here because it was too difficult to get a job
Yeah.
because you can't get a job without an address and a bank account. Like, all right.
But you can get a master's with nothing. You don't
Oh.
need an address or a bank account.
Oh, yeah.
You just turn
And
up.
you do not need knowledge.
No.
No.
'Cause I have two of them, and I am. Let me tell you, when he said what's cosmopolitan mean, I was like, "Fuck me, this is my 2 master's degrees finally coming
Yeah.
good,"
English
and I'm not
literature.
even sure. I'm not even sure that I'm right, but I have 2 master's degrees. I've got to feel this one.
Oh, yeah, you just do a. I might do a master's then if you just
You
don't
should
need
do a
anything
master's.
to
If
do
you
it.
if you should do one.
What you a master of?
Well, I am a master of both history and sociology.
So you're a master of history.
I'm a master.
One of them are. How many masters are
One
there?
of one of the masters.
Must be loads of masters of history, surely.
There's quite a
Yeah,
lot.
but there's loads of it. We
So what part are you master
we
of?
divide it up by year, and I'm 1821.
What happened in 1821 then?
I mean, I could have picked a year I knew something about.
Oh, you did your masters in 1821.
No, I didn't.
Oh,
I was pretending that all masters of history had 1 year each.
You just know everything about that year. And if someone has a question, they just be like, hey, Kieran, 1821. And you'd be able to tell them.
It was the year of our Lord, 1821.
If our Lord was there, I'm in.
If anyone's watching actually caring how you got to Japan, they're going to find this very frustrating.
Do you reckon they're sitting there like,
Tell me now!
I really want to know why. The true reason. No, but that's an interesting point, though, because you tell yourself something when you move to a place and then you get there and you do it and you're like, oh, wait a minute, actually, that reason was not the reason that I had. Do you know what I mean?
I do.
Why did you move to Manchester from
So
whatever
I moved
dirty
because-
little cider farm that you come from in the south
Because
west?
in the southwest to do a gig, you'd have to drive at least an hour and a half. And I do that, to be fair, I do that very regularly now.
I was going to say, what? You just drove an hour
But I
and a half to
couldn't-
get here to do a
But
podcast.
I couldn't.
We drove an hour to get to a microphone. Like literally a room with a microphone.
If I can drive an hour and get to Hot Water Comedy Club, or I can drive 15 minutes and get to the Bro. I couldn't do that. And there was no comedy clubs in Somerset.
So that was it.
So I moved to go to. I did the degree because I wanted to move and have a valid and have a good start. Because I think uni gets you in a place, doesn't it?
So that's it. So I have a master's degree just to
It
move
gets
to
you there,
Manchester.
and then you're there, and then
Yeah.
you can figure it out. Because moving to a place and working in front, that's difficult.
I think
That's a lot of admin, isn't it?
Yeah, of course, yeah, for sure. Uni, racking up thousands and thousands of pounds worth of debt and spending time doing a degree that you're never going to use is a really smart thing to do, for sure.
Exactly. It's
I
like what
agree,
thought.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, I did it.
Yeah.
That debt, like, I'm
Dom
doing
is
well.
never going to use his stand-up comedy degree.
No.
There's no way.
Oh, yeah, you're doing a stand-up
No, but
comedy degree,
the
aren't you?
comedy degree has no. My stand has no correlation in the slightest.
Because they were like, we can't teach this guy.
Yeah.
And then you just had to carry on doing stand-up.
But like, I did an improv lesson on Monday, and I had to. We had to play a scene, and we could only use the word. We were alliteration game. We could only use the word.
Sounds stupid, son.
Only use words. I was given the word T, right? So I'd have to say tello.
The word T.
Tello, the letter T. So I'd say tello, talix, tau, tar, two.
Get
So-
out. Get out.
We'd have to do a whole scene of that, and we couldn't even use. We could use any word, just put our letter at the start. So that I spent 20 minutes doing that. So I think when I go into a job and say, "Look, tello," they're really going to want to.
There's no way
Come in.
I'm
Come
doing
in.
that. You say that to me, I'm tearing down the black backdrop.
Yeah.
I'm
And you're
throwing the
tearing
chairs
down
around.
the
I'm painting the black walls white in that drama studio, and I'm pulling the turtleneck off the drama teacher's body.
No turtleneck, 3/4 length.
I remember
T-shirt.
I did A-level drama, yeah, and our teacher was also the head teacher of the school, so he'd be there every day wearing a suit, right, as the head teacher should do. And then we did our performances that were graded, that were part of our final A-level. And that day he came in wearing a black turtleneck and like black trousers and that, like dressed like a stagehand and like proper being a director. It was really.
I don't know
it was
why,
odd.
but in my head, when I was picturing that, I just put a beret on him as well.
He was so close to a beret.
Just I feel like he should have been an all black and a black beret as well.
Yeah, his name was
That's
Mr.
nice.
Spencer, so he would have been like a Frank Spencer vibe. Maybe that's why he didn't wear it. Frank Spencer, you wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know.
Nor would you, to be fair.
I know.
And
Frank.
nor would you.
You're the same age, you two, aren't 30?
I think.
Come on, mate.
Six.
30 what? 27? Press age.
You're 36, aren't you? That's right, isn't it?
My press age is
Yeah.
27.
Right. What is your proper age?
27,
Okay.
according to the press, allegedly.
Yeah.
How old are you?
By the way, that was very. We'll have to edit this bit out. But that's very on topic because today is the day that Westwood was on the front of the BBC website for being a horrible person.
Tim
Tim
Westwood.
Westwood. And part of the article I read about
DJ,
it
was he? What did he do wrong?
sexually harassing women.
Did he? I didn't
Because
know that.
isn't that what everyone's doing these days? Yeah,
Yeah, they're all doing it.
Let's
Okay.
edit.
How did that get
But
there?
no, it's because I was reading through like about him and like basically the history of him being a kind of creep. And it's like he had other controversies, like for example, constantly maintaining he was 27, even when he was well into his 40s. So there was like, he talked to Guardian journalists and just be like, I'm 27. We know your date of birth, sir. It's an easily findable bit of information. And I'm 27.
He's in his 60s.
He's in his 60s.
He's in his
now.
60s.
Tim Westwood,
He
the
was
DJ.
he was a DJ
Really?
since the early 80s. Like he's been doing the same exact thing. Like there's a documentary which is quite interesting on YouTube about UK hip hop, and it's like from 1986 or something. And it's got him in it, and he's DJing at Kiss FM when it was a pirate station. And there he is in like dressed like Public Enemy as well. Again in the black stuff, like black sunglasses, all black, dressed like he's one of the Nation of Islam guys from Public of Enemy. Public of Enemy.
Oh my God.
I don't
The
understand
Nation
that
of
right,
Islam.
I thought it was
You've just
funny.
Basically in Public Enemy, right?
I don't know what Public Enemy.
Public Enemy are a hip hop act from the 80s. Yeah. Chuck D.
No.
Flavor Flav, you know Flavor Flav?
No.
Fuck's sake. So anyway, they're like iconic hip hop, and they were kind of they were like conscious, you know, they were quite like militant, black power kind of message. Yeah. So
Tim Westwood comes along.
and then Tim Westwood was basically, they had the kind of lead dudes in the band, and then they had a few guys who were like dancers, and they wore like, basically they dressed almost like a cross between like suits and like sometimes like military wear. And there's the Nation of Islam is this group in I'll just have to
I think
explain
it's
everything
wasted
to
on me,
this
I'll be
guy.
honest.
Yeah, I just realised I was wasting my time.
You literally.
But anyway, Tim West was dressing like this, looked ridiculous. And anyway, he's been doing it since then, man. He's been in the game 40 years.
Well,
I'm gonna try
Interesting
another
fact.
reference, and this I'm gonna be really depressed if you don't get this one.
Yeah.
You don't get, because apparently I didn't realize this until today when I was reading through these articles. Ali G was partly based on him.
Ali G, yeah.
You know who Ali G is?
Yeah,
We've got to win, right?
Do you know who Tim Westwood is?
Respect. What did he used to say? Respecka. Respecka? Ali G used to say respect.
What was that, mate?
He used to say respecka or something like that.
Respecka?
What did he used
Oh,
to say?
I didn't know you were a member of the Nation of Islam. And yeah, wasn't it a
No,
respect?
there was something in his say that
you-
it was
are
his
you-
like signature.
Are you referencing Booyaka Shah?
No,
Is that right?
It'd be like respect or something he'd say.
He would say respect, yeah.
Yeah.
But he would say it wrong.
I mean, I guess he would drop the T on it.
If
Yeah.
it was a thing.
Yeah, it was a thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish you would play that.
Interesting fact. I met Tim Westwood did a set when I was in Cavos, 2019, right? And then he went out with a load of the workers, like a load of the young women. So maybe that's a. Because he was like into his 60s then, I guess, late 50s at least.
It was 3 years ago. Yeah,
he was
like
going to, like,
64.
He was going to phone
Yeah.
parties and stuff.
They was well, that's what he was doing. He was doing phone parties, like public appearances, like DJing. And that's what he was doing, just like going after freshers. And yeah, they weren't obviously not up for it. 60-year-old man. He's not even like.
Oh, maybe because he was Tim Westwood, it gave him a bit of.
Well, it was that he used to
That's
basically
rubbish.
say, "Oh, I'll help you get into the music business. Come round my place," kind of, you know, that kind of thing. Anyway, for a thing I said, we're going to edit this out, but just because you were like, "I'm 27, I'm 27." That was
Yeah, I mean, I'm now considering dropping that bit.
Yeah.
Because that is basically what Tim Westwood would do.
just be 28, and then you're
Yeah, 28, that's fine. Yeah, but like then, I like 27's just that age, isn't it? It's like the age that you kind of say you are, like, and it's got that.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, when you're
if you're
27,
27, that's what you say.
No, when
If
you're
27, that's what you
yeah,
say.
when
But
you're
if you wanted to
mid-30s.
sound older, right? If you,
I would, if I needed to sound old, I'd say 25 because I think 27 is believable. I would never lie about my age, but if I was going to, I would say 25.
I think you're right. There's no need to lie about your age. I am 36. Yeah, it's rough. It's hard.
And you're also 30.
I have just turned 37.
It suits
as
you.
of from a couple of. Thank you.
It suits you
Thank
better.
you. I think I look great.
You definitely look great, mate.
Yeah, I would never lie about my age. I'll just hide it from people.
Just don't
Done.
say it.
Exactly.
No, you look
That's
great. You're a great man.
Yeah. I'm past 28. Yeah.
No, yeah, definitely 28. 28, yeah, of course. Don't go 27 because
27,
that's
no.
not good at the
Yeah,
moment.
yeah.
But 28, yeah. 100%, man. I'd give you a
Maybe I'm
28
just
anytime.
Haggard. I just look a bit haggard. You know, I've had a tough life. You
It's
know,
been
28-year-old
difficult.
who's been through a lot, as
Yeah.
opposed to the 37-year-old I am who's been through nothing.
That 28-year-old's just been frozen in your soul the whole time, you know, just waiting to come out. It's tough for that guy.
Japan?
If you won, yeah.
Yeah, why
It's a place.
For the last time, why the fuck did you go to Japan?
Why would you go? People used to ask me that all the time when I was living there. And
It's a reasonable question.
Yeah, for sure. But like Japanese people are always like, why did you choose to come to Japan? It's like, well, I don't know, you just go anywhere. Like that's a good country. It's completely the opposite from where I'm from, or at least that's what you think when you go there. And then, I had the opportunity and I thought, you know what, go for it. But like I said, I felt like afterwards I was like, okay, I was running away from some stuff, you know.
How old were you?
I was 29 when I moved there. Yeah, I just turned 30 when I got there.
A lot of time, haven't I?
Yeah, you got loads of time. I've done about 8 lives since I was your age. I've done loads of things since then, and I'm not even interesting.
Yeah,
I've done like 6 things. Yeah, you're right. I am. But like,
we wouldn't know. You won't tell us the goddamn stuff.
I'm trying to. So I moved there. Like the reason I thought that is because I went there, and when I went, I'd broken up with my girlfriend, and like she kicked me out of the house, and because I'd been naughty and everything, and I got booted out and went back and lived at my parents' house, and
This was in, where were you living with this?
In Brighton.
Sure.
In Brighton, yeah. So yeah, it was like Brighton is just one of those places where you're there and you can either move out to the suburbs of Brighton and try and be a human, or you can stay in the middle of Brighton and just do crack for the rest of your life. And I wasn't ready for crack, I just didn't feel that I was ready for that move.
You weren't ready to be a normal human either.
No, I was not ready for that at all.
If anything, crack was winning.
Crack was I was like, oh, go to the crack. And then I decided to just leave the city. And then, but no, I had a friend who went out there because I was teaching English at a language school, just doing that thing, teaching adults, getting into scrapes. And then I was like, I could do this in another country and it wouldn't be poorly paid because it was the worst job. And then you had to work all of summer because that's when people were in the school. So you got to like be working all the time in summer. And then in winter, they're like, sorry, no money. So yeah, went to Japan, isn't it?
Yeah, I think Japan's a great place to go. Yeah, I considered teaching English as a foreign language in Taiwan.
Yeah, Taiwan's good.
Friend of mine's brother had a school out there, opened up his own school.
Yeah.
So I don't know him at all, but that would have been an in, even though apparently they prefer American accents.
They
would really want their kids to learn American accents.
I knew a guy from Leeds.
33. They don't want their little Taiwanese children going, 33.
33.
33. That's technically an impression of a Taiwanese child, but because I'm doing the Taiwanese child doing an Irish accent, I can get away with it.
I have a joke which I only do every now and then. It's like still in progress, and I'm not. It's about a Canadian woman who interviewed me for a teaching job. This was recently when I was in England over Zoom. And she was like, right, you're going to do like a mock teaching bit. And I was like, okay. So we talked. And then I was like, okay, where's the kid? Am I going to like teach a kid or anything? She's like, oh no, I'm going to be the kid. So she starts like pretending to be a 5-year-old Chinese boy. And I'm not going to do that on this podcast because it's being recorded. But
But you're going to do it in public.
I have done
places. You're going to go to
Canadian woman
and do it in front of people.
That's right. I've done a Canadian middle-aged woman doing a 5-year-old Chinese boy accent, not doing. And I mean, you just got to make sure it's only 3 words and you just get it done quickly. And then people are like, whoa, okay. And you move on.
Very good.
Was she leaning in on the Canadian? Was she leaning in on the accent?
Yeah, but like as if she'd just done it every day for ages. Like she wasn't.
She probably did it with each interviewee. Like, this is the thing. This is what I do.
It's imagine like how easy, when you see voice actors, like people who do the voices on cartoons and they just drop into like Bart Simpson or Peter Griffin or whoever it is. It was like that. It was like she could just go to that character instantly, like at the drop of a hat, because she was so that like little boy was part of her almost, But it didn't help me in my interview because I'm trying to like, how am I supposed to teach kids to this lady, this like Canadian woman who was like curly hair and she was a bit dumpy and she was like.
But was she then like misbehaving to try and see how you would deal with her misbehaving?
She was.
So she starts like rolling up and doing like spit through the straw. Yeah.
She was doing the whole thing.
You're a 50-year-old woman. Just stop it.
She was a method actor. You can't say actress anymore. Okay. She was a method
You used to
person.
look like you made that rule up just now.
Yeah, I'm just.
You can't say actress.
You can't say actress. Okay, my girlfriend always tells
You're
me
gonna
that
watch
she.
the I didn't know that. Now Alex has said I've got to.
People are going to listen to this podcast, so it's in a real studio. So what you say goes. And yeah, she must just go into. Maybe she goes into the school and she just sits with the kids and she's like, because that's what kids do. That noise.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You didn't get the job, did you?
No, didn't get that one. Pretty sad about that.
Oh, sorry.
No,
Did
I
you
don't
ever
miss
go
that.
back to Japan?
It
And you started comedy in Japan.
Yeah. I did, yeah. It's easier there because people, they don't speak the language that well. So you just do, they just laugh. They just love it. Just clowning.
To be fair, we thought that was quite funny.
You got laughed, didn't it?
Yeah.
That's it. That's where my physical comedy chops come from.
Don't they? Do they applaud? Because I know in Berlin they applaud. If like here,
Yeah.
here they laugh.
That is good, Dom.
In Berlin they applaud, even if they think that you get a lot more applause.
Yeah, but Germans are idiots.
A few edits we're going to be making
Yeah.
today.
We're going to edit that in every 5 minutes.
German people cross the street when it's green, and when it's not green, they don't cross the street.
But loads of European countries do that. It's insane.
They want to
weird.
live. That's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, but
To be fair, though, in London now, you get that a lot. People just don't take the risk.
They're
Yeah.
not Londoners, though.
No.
Londoners should be jumping on top of taxis.
Hoping
Yeah.
that taxi's
Just running down back alleys and kicking over bins and just trying to get where they need to be quick.
No, but in a lot of Scandinavian countries, if you go to Denmark or somewhere, you'll be on a totally empty street. There could be nothing, just totally, completely carless road, and just people just standing there waiting for.
But would you walk? And do they look at you like you're some kind of maverick if you walk?
Yeah, but it's
Really?
genuinely frowned upon. It's it's not crazy to say that they view it the same as a car staying at a red light. Me saying this would be if somebody from a different country said, "Oh, I run the red lights if there's no cars coming," and English people are crazy. If they look down the street and there's no car, they'll still just sit there at the red light like idiots. To people from some countries, that's what I sound like when I say they'll stand waiting for the green man before they cross the road.
To be fair, they're like
It's
that. In
that's
Japan
the
as well.
rules. Of course, that's the rules.
In fact, I think most countries do that right, and we do it wrong. Now I come to think
America?
of it. America.
No, America big time.
North
now.
or south?
Big time.
Oh,
I don't know.
maybe.
New York.
New York.
No, New
That's
York.
in North America.
New York, you walk.
No, New York, you just do what you want to do.
Have you been to New York?
Yeah, I've been to New York.
New York is where it's, I'm walking here. That's where that comes from.
The last time I was in New York,
When was this?
genuinely, this was just before the pandemic, would have been 2019.
Who were you with?
I was with my brother, and we went to our Airbnb. And I've been to New York before, but still, I love this.
Yeah.
Genuinely got in the Airbnb. The person left us. Opened the window to air out, and I genuinely heard somebody downstairs going, "I'm walking here," and I was like, "Oh my god, it's all true! It's all real. New York is
Mate.
everything I hoped it would be."
That's beautiful. And then a piece of pizza just flew in the window, and it was this big.
It's incredible.
And then everyone was doing the dance in Times Square.
Yeah.
Or was that
and
too
then
far?
Yeah.
Too far? I've taken it too far.
No, just for a minute, I don't know what you're talking. Everyone was doing that New York dance.
the New York
wait,
dance,
wait,
which is like, what? Like that.
Apparently.
YMCA.
I don't know. I just couldn't. I can't really move my
What's
legs.
that? This could be, to be fair, dance moves. You could be talking about something that we don't know about because
Well, I'm
we're
speaking
old, you
specifically
know.
about the film Friends with Benefits. Seen this film? Justin Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake and Mila
Mila
Kunis.
Kunis, yeah.
And at the start, they do the dance. And that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Well, like a flash mob.
Yeah, that was when flash mobs were in.
That's
That film was
2014.
timed right when flash mobs were.
Flash knobs, did you
Flash
just about to
knobs, yeah.
say? Flash knobs.
They never got a fashion.
They're always
They're
good.
always
Flash
in.
knobs.
But good film. I
No.
thought. Okay, fine.
It's not a
I
good film.
enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So far, your film references have been Now You See Me Too and Friends with Benefits.
Now You See Me One could also be included in this. Now You See Me are
Tangentially,
great.
yeah.
Now You See Me are great films.
I enjoyed them, to be fair. I
Exactly.
like anything with Woody Harrelson.
He's good.
Yeah?
Hunger Games?
Yeah? Has it got Woody Harrelson in
It has, yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Well, if you didn't know, it was clear it wasn't that memorable.
No, I knew. I just wanted to check that
now,
you knew.
Well, actually, funny enough, Friends of Benefits has actually got Woody Harrelson in
I
it.
told you.
Yes.
You like Woody Harrelson, if anyone.
And you've just said it was a bad film.
Do you like the film?
No,
I'm asking you a question now.
Because you just said Friends of Benefits is a bad
No,
film, and then
stop.
you said any film with Woody Harrelson is a good film, and he's in that film.
Yeah, I know.
God,
I knew
got
that
really
all
excited
along.
when- No, you didn't.
I've got a question for you.
Yeah,
Do you like the film White Men Can't Jump?
I've never seen it. If you could, you'd turn your chair, wouldn't you?
Yeah. So let's talk about Cheers. Do you remember Cheers? It was great.
I remember Cheers.
What's Cheers?
Oh my God.
for
I think I
Christ's
should
sake.
leave at this point. I'm going to go and get the guy out.
This
You
is
need to
what
go on
this-
age.
Yeah.
15 years.
I'd put you in a chamber that's like, I remember. This is what this podcast is about. We found we make references. Dom doesn't understand them, and then we try and move on, and then go around again.
We could call it Dom doesn't understand references. It was quite a narcissistic.
Yeah, could
Yeah,
be like what's that film, or it could be called Hey What? Don't know that one.
Interesting.
Could be called Woody Harrelson's films.
I don't think he'd appreciate that.
I don't-
I don't think he'd give a shit, would he?
I don't know. Woody Harrelson's like, hey, I don't think you should be doing those
Comes
shows
to-
about my jokes, my films, and everything.
Comes to Runcorn.
Smokes
It'd
a big
be-
reefer.
Woody,
It'd
do you
be a
want to film
tribute. The origins of the whole thing would be how much we all love Woody Harrelson.
To be fair, if you look at Woody Harrelson's back catalogue, he'd probably do this podcast.
Yeah,
He's done all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
we could have Tim and Westwood on.
Why do you want Tim Westwood? It's not about Woody Harrelson hasn't done anything. Don't tell me Woody Harrelson's been like fiddling around.
Well, I just thought because we said earlier about Tim Westwood. Who else have you mentioned?
We're not having him on the podcast. I was sitting in my
Oh,
podcast.
no. We 100% have to have that Canadian woman who does the 5
Yeah, I could get
You can
her.
go on the.
Oh, she's.
I could get you her. I can't guarantee Tim Westwood. He
Oh,
might be a
she
bit
is-
busy at the moment.
Honestly, I do want to talk to that woman.
I think she'd be great. I reckon we really find out like how do you get into the character of the child, the Chinese boy.
Yeah. Woody Harrelson came to me and said, I need you to play a 5-year-old Chinese child. I was like, anything with you is good, so I'll do it.
Wait a minute, yeah, maybe that's a good
That is a good idea for a podcast. Woody Harrelson tribute.
Woody Harrelson
I
tribute.
don't mean how many films has he done though?
He's bound to be in loads. Because if you go to like any actor's IMDb,
Yeah,
it's always, if you think, oh, there's a big actor, I can name like 7 or 8 films of theirs. They've been in loads of stuff. Go to their IMDb. It's
yeah.
One of the
monstrous.
hardest games is the 20 actors game.
20 actors game.
The 20 actors game. And one of my favourite things about the 20 actors game is that it's actually only one actor and 20 films.
Surely,
But yet that's the name of the game.
So you have to think
he
of a
can't
film.
have done.
You just
like-
got to name 20 films from any actor.
He can't have done much more than 100 films.
100.
100 films.
Oh, I mean, 100.
A lot of films.
100.
Do you count TV shows?
Has he been in many TV shows?
Yeah, he was in
Why
Cheers.
don't we find
He's in
the?
True
Goddamn
Detective.
Cheers.
I'm being unprofessional. I'm going to find out. How
Fair
many
enough.
films?
So Japan. Woody Harrelson never made it over there.
Yeah, he
actually,
has.
that's-
No, you see me. He was in the.
That was China.
They could've-
That was Taiwan. It was not even China, although China
Oh,
would
well,
disagree with
we would like to apologise to the people of China.
At
I
least.
gracefully retract my statement.
At least 86.
So it said what, filmography 86?
Got Venom, Zombieland, The Hunger Games, Now You See Me 1, White Men Can't. This one, I'm not going for other films, am
Are you going to go through them all? That's not the game. The 20 actors game, you just got to think of them off the top of your head.
I could go for all the films, but I think that's time consuming.
I bet you.
I couldn't do that with
First one
any
will pay off.
actor.
No.
I was doing it off my phone. I wasn't
Yeah.
doing it off my head. That'd be impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be impressive.
Yeah.
Shame you didn't do
The
it.
fact I had to Google how many films he'd been in would be, yeah. Surely I'd know that before knowing exactly everything.
But you were right that it wasn't 100.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Well,
So you
not
win.
necessarily.
Right again.
Because it's at least 86. You said at least 86.
He probably has been. But I think I would like to do more than 86 podcast episodes. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, but they're not films.
Yeah, but then you can do every episode of Cheers.
Oh, you want to do every Woody Harrelson film in sequence, do you?
Correct.
You just move on to
And a director.
Matthew McConaughey, yeah.
That's a good. This is a good idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just reviewing Woody Harrelson films.
We should do that.
And then
I'd love to do Taken, Liam Neeson. I think they're great films.
Have you
He's
seen...
a terrible father, isn't he? Liam Neeson. He is.
Awful.
I hear you're a racist now, father.
He's an awful dad.
Are you talking about Liam Neeson or the character from Taken?
The character from Taken is a terrible father.
That's a really
because he gets
litigiously, like, or legally. That's, very important.
Because he gets his whole
he's
family
on his own now too. That's fine.
He gets his whole family taken through his fault, and then he gets his whole family taken, and then he saves them as if he's some kind of hero. But they got taken because of him.
Well, they get taken.
Really?
No, they didn't.
First one, not his fault. It was
just his daughter. Yeah.
And the second one, his fault because he saved his daughter. His fault.
Yeah, he killed a lot of people.
He did kill about. Yeah, that thing is that film. So no man could ever kill like 60 men barehanded.
Well,
they were armed a lot of the time.
And he had a gun.
That's
He
actually
would take their guns.
That's episode 2 of talking about Alex's life.
Is it?
The time he killed 60 men.
Yeah, that's it. That's why I've been.
Remember when he said his girlfriend
Japan
kicked him out for
subject.
being naughty?
Yeah.
Actually, a lot of dead bodies.
Yeah, I was very faithful as a boyfriend. Just a lot of murders going on. Yeah, they don't. They stink up the house after a while, don't they? Hey?
Yeah, Alex, take this body out.
Yeah, come on, there's bodies everywhere. What you doing?
I've got my
here?
sense going. It's ruining
I've got
it.
my friends coming round for coffee.
But that time she walked in on you with loads of dead bodies in the bed.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Sorry,
So
Just strangle him.
we need to wrap up.
This has been great.
I have enjoyed it thoroughly.
why did you go to Japan? No,
This is no one will ever know I went to Japan now.
Well, we could do another one, perhaps.
it's been great fun.
Yeah.
Really good fun.
Okay, I'm going to tell you.
COVID baby wrap quickly.
COVID. No, I'm not going to do COVID. Baby.
Why not?
I'm going to do a special song just for you, which will answer all of your questions.
I've still got your guitar pick, by the way.
You got my pick still?
Not now, but it's somewhere. I think I've lost it, I'll be honest.
Keeping it like a fan.
I apologise.
Okay, I'm going to move this a little bit. Here we go. Okay. I went to Japan because I couldn't meet girls in England. I went to Japan because I wanted to be the tallest man in the world. And it worked. So everybody go to Japan.
I mean, that's a good thing to finish on.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Much obliged.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Obliged.
Much obliged.
Much obliged.
Much obliged. Patent pending. Much obliged.